Have you ever gone to bed completely exhausted, only to lie there staring at the ceiling while your brain refuses to fall asleep? Minutes pass, then maybe even an hour, and the harder you try to sleep, the more awake you seem to feel. This happens to millions of people every night. But falling asleep isn't something you force. It's something your body naturally does when the right signals are present. And tonight, I'm going to show you a simple 10-minute routine that helps trigger those signals. Most people think sleep works like a light switch. You get into bed, close your eyes, and eventually your brain just shuts off. But that's not actually how sleep works. Sleep is more like landing a plane. Your brain has to slowly descend through a series of signals that tell it the day is over and it's safe to power down. Two systems control when you fall asleep. The first is something called sleep pressure. Throughout the day, a chemical called adenosine builds up in your brain. The longer you stay awake, the more of it accumulates and the sleepier you start to feel. This is why you usually feel tired at night, even if you were energetic earlier in the day. But sleep pressure alone doesn't guarantee you'll fall asleep quickly. There's a second system working at the same time, and it's called your circadian rhythm. This is your body's internal clock that runs on roughly a 24-hour cycle. It controls when your body releases hormones like melatonin, which helps signal that it's time for sleep. When these two systems work together, falling asleep is easy. Your body builds sleep pressure during the day, and at night, your circadian rhythm sends the signal that it's time to rest. But if something interferes with these signals, your brain stays alert even when you're tired. This is why so many people lie in bed feeling exhausted but still can't fall asleep. Your body may be tired, but your brain hasn't received the signals it expects before shutting down. Instead of descending into sleep, your brain stays in a half-awake state, waiting for the right conditions. And this is also why trying to force sleep usually makes things worse. When you start thinking, why can't I fall asleep, or I need to sleep right now, your brain becomes more alert. It starts monitoring the situation, almost like it's solving a problem, which keeps you awake even longer. So if forcing sleep doesn't work, what does? The key is triggering the biological signals that tell your brain the day is ending. Once those signals are in place, sleep stops being something you struggle with and starts becoming something that happens naturally. And the first step in that process is lowering the alert signals that keep your brain awake. If you've ever been tired all day, but suddenly wide awake the moment you get into bed, you're not imagining things. Your brain has a built-in alert system designed to keep you awake when something important is happening. The problem is that modern habits often activate that alert system right before sleep. One of the biggest reasons this happens is stimulation. Bright lights, phone screens, fast-moving videos, and constant notifications all signal to your brain that it should stay alert. From a biological perspective, light and stimulation usually mean daytime activity. So when you scroll your phone in bed or watch exciting content late at night, your brain interprets that as a reason to stay awake. Light is especially powerful here. Your eyes contain special cells that detect brightness and send signals directly to the part of the brain that controls your circadian rhythm. When those cells detect strong light, especially the blue light common in screens and LED lights, they suppress melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone that helps your body prepare for sleep. If its release is delayed, falling asleep becomes much harder. Mental stimulation can also keep the brain active. When you watch intense videos, read stressful news, or even think about tomorrow's responsibilities, your brain begins solving problems and processing information. Instead of powering down, it ramps up activity. This is why the first step in falling asleep faster is lowering those alert signals. About 10 minutes before bed, start dimming the lights around you, reduce screen exposure, or at least switch to something calmer and less stimulating. Think of this period as a transition between daytime activity and nighttime rest. By reducing light and stimulation, you're sending an important message to your brain. The day is ending. Once those alert signals begin to fade, your body can start moving toward the next stage of sleep preparation, which involves activating the system that actually allows your body to relax. Once you reduce the alert signals around you, the next step is helping your body switch into its relaxation mode. Inside your nervous system, there are two main states. One is called the sympathetic system, which is responsible for the fight or flight response. This is the mode your body enters when you're stressed, excited, or dealing with something important. Your heart rate increases, your brain becomes more alert, and your body prepares for action. The other state is called the parasympathetic system. This is often described as the rest and digest mode. When this system is active, your heart rate slows down, your muscles relax, and your body begins conserving energy. It's also the state your body needs to enter before sleep can happen. The problem is that many people go to bed while their nervous system is still stuck in that alert, active mode. Even if your body feels tired, your brain may still be running through thoughts, worries, or plans for the next day. As long as that alert system is active, falling asleep becomes much harder. One of the fastest ways to shift your nervous system toward relaxation is through controlled breathing. Your breathing is directly connected to your heart rate and your nervous system. When you take slow, steady breaths, especially with longer exhales, your body begins to calm down. A simple technique is to breathe in slowly through your nose for about 4 seconds, then breathe out for 6 seconds. The longer exhale tells your nervous system that it's safe to relax. After just a few minutes of this pattern, many people notice their heart rate slowing and their body feeling heavier and calmer. This step doesn't take long, but it plays a powerful role in preparing the body for sleep. Once your nervous system shifts into relaxation mode, your body becomes much more ready to transition into sleep naturally. But there's one more powerful signal that helps your brain know it's time to fall asleep, and most people overlook it completely. Now we come to one of the most powerful sleep signals your body uses, and most people don't even realize it's happening: your body temperature. Before you fall asleep each night, your brain actually lowers your core body temperature slightly. This drop in temperature is part of the signal that tells your body it's time to transition into sleep. In fact, one of the reasons people naturally feel sleepy at night is because this cooling process has already started. But if your body stays too warm, that signal becomes weaker. Your brain continues to treat the environment as if it's still daytime, which can delay the moment when sleep begins. This is one reason people often struggle to fall asleep in hot rooms or during warm summer nights. A cooler environment helps reinforce the message that it's time to rest. Many sleep researchers suggest that a slightly cool bedroom makes it easier for the body to lower its temperature and fall asleep faster. Even small changes like lowering the thermostat or using lighter blankets can help. There's also a surprisingly effective trick involving warm showers. Taking a warm shower about 30 minutes before bed may sound like it would heat you up, but the opposite actually happens afterward. When you step out of the shower, your body begins cooling down quickly as heat leaves your skin. That cooling effect mimics the natural temperature drop your body expects before sleep. This is why people often feel sleepy after a warm shower at night. It's not just relaxation, it's a biological signal telling your brain that sleep time is approaching. Once you combine this temperature signal with reduced light and a relaxed nervous system, your body has nearly everything it needs to transition into sleep. And when you put all of these pieces together, they form a simple routine that takes only a few minutes but can make a huge difference in how quickly you fall asleep. Now that you understand the signals your body needs before sleep, we can combine them into a simple routine that takes about 10 minutes. The goal of this routine isn't to force sleep. Instead, it helps trigger the biological cues your brain expects before shutting down for the night. Start with the first 2 minutes by lowering stimulation around you. Dim the lights in your room and step away from bright screens if possible. If you need light, keep it soft and warm rather than bright and white. This small change begins reducing the alert signals that keep your brain awake during the day. For the next few minutes, focus on calming your nervous system through slow breathing. Sit or lie comfortably and breathe slowly through your nose. Try inhaling for about 4 seconds and then exhaling for about 6 seconds. The longer exhale helps activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which shifts your body into a relaxed state. After a few minutes, many people notice their heart rate slowing and their body feeling calmer. Next, reinforce the temperature signal your brain uses before sleep. Make sure your room is slightly cool and comfortable. If you took a warm shower earlier in the evening, your body may already be experiencing the natural cooling process that helps trigger sleepiness. Even simple adjustments like lighter blankets or cooler air can support the signal. Finally, give your mind a quiet transition. Instead of stimulating activities, choose something calm and low effort. This could be reading a few pages of a book, listening to quiet music, or simply sitting in silence while your breathing slows. The purpose of this step is to allow your brain to gradually power down instead of staying active. When these signals work together, lower alertness, relaxed breathing, and a slight drop in temperature, your body begins moving naturally towards sleep. Instead of struggling to fall asleep, you're simply creating the conditions your brain needs to let sleep happen. If falling asleep has been a struggle for you, the solution usually isn't trying harder to sleep, it's helping your body enter the conditions where sleep naturally happens. By lowering stimulation, calming your nervous system, and giving your body the temperature signals it expects at night, you make it much easier for your brain to power down.
Try this 10-minute routine tonight and see how your body responds. Sometimes the fastest way to fall asleep is simply giving your brain the right signals.